firing up another green-white tokens league. We tried out Dry Green Seeker last time, which was kind of medium. We're now trying out Bounty Agent, because this card's really impressed me whenever I played against it. So I'm pretty excited to give it a try, just because we need to figure out what we want to do with the 2-drop slot in this deck. This sounds good. This is very reasonable. I'm just going to fire this off turn 1. Deck needs Throne of the God Pharaoh. Sadly that card is no longer with us. Yeah, I've been impressed with the Shalais. I could see having more Shalais, for sure. Like, the downside with Shalai is she's the one card in the deck that game 1 trades badly with removal. But she takes over the game so convincingly, sometimes. Protects us from Settle, too, yeah. That's a really big upside. Completely agree. Ooh, Thorn Lieutenant. Yeah, Thorn Lieutenant's one I want to try out, Krovo. I'm just trying Bounty Hunter for now, though. Is Chain Dweller a big deal? Chain Dweller is annoying, but you can beat it. You board out a lot of your X1s against Chain Dweller, and you also have the Elephant. So you can often time it so you go Saproling Migration, and then immediately cast Venerated Loxodon to make them into 2/2s. So you have some amount of game against Chain Dweller. It's like obviously annoying though. I also think the rest of your deck's like pretty good against Chain Dweller decks, which like makes up for the weakness of just having these like X1s. You misread that card. It's really silly. It's really silly, Jarvis. Yeah, I could believe that bit that's the case, Delva. I actually read it that way the first time I read it, Jarvis. Not gonna lie. Right. Kinda tempted to just try and Tribunal a creature, just to get this Storm Tamer off the board. Since, like, the Storm Tamer is always going to be able to counter stuff anyway. I guess then they get to tap out for a stupid Djinn. Maybe that's bad. But I really want to cast Shalai next turn. Maybe this is bad. I'm unsure. This, like, lets them use their mana more cleanly now. Just fire off another flower, find a painless mana source. You thought it was just a siege worm? No, Jarvis, like, Loxodon is absurd. You often get, like, 8 power and toughness across, like, 5 bodies. It's really impressive. Like, I thought the card looked underwhelming. Even knowing that, and then like the very first time I cast it, I was like, okay, this is unbeatable. Alright, so we can get punished by them slamming a Tempest Djinn here. Yeah, makes playing the Tribunal look pretty awkward. That was like the one downside, which we were aware of when we made this play. I kind of wanted to be using my mana though, rather than not doing anything for with my turn. Kind of, I don't know. I feel like the commitment of triple red isn't that bad. You still get to play it in mono red, and you can still play it in Boros if you want to. It's kind of awkward that you can't play... If you play Chain Dweller, you don't get to play History of Benalia, which is like a lot of tension. Because History of Benalia is unreasonable. Just like the best card. Burrows. This is kind of brutal. They now get to hold up the Wizard's Retort. Because they have their threat in play already. So if I attack, just make a 1/1 with my turn, which means they don't get to use their Wizard's Retort here. And then then next turn I can pump the 1/1s into 2/2s to start gaining lots of life every turn. I think this is good. Like, this gives me 2/2/2 lifelinks in play, which I think means we currently, like, win the race on board and force them to do something. We speak American with a funny accent, we sure do. Oh my god. I hope you feel proud, Jarvis. Opponent. Alright, I'm just gonna make a 1/1. Then we can pump both the 1/1s next turn if Shalai is still in play. Works out pretty nicely for us. Okay. Best card in their deck. NBD. You can even leave the Tempest Djinn back to block now if they want. Or they can just, like, try and kill us next turn. They don't need much to kill us next turn now. One, two. Doesn't block very well. If they have an unsummon, they're in a good position, I guess. I guess we're also just dead even if we gain 4. I was probably meant to convoke out 2 tokens, huh? Because then I gain... Then, like... I guess I'd still be dead to... I was probably meant to convoke out 2 tokens. That was probably bad. I can plan to block with Shalai, I guess, if they don't have a bounce spell. That's, like, reasonable. So I can attack with these 4. And leave back Shalai on defense. If they block a token, I can pump. If they don't... if they don't block... Well, they are blocking, so... 100% pumping. The 1 CMC unsummon rotated out, but they still have 2 mana 1s. And they also could play Exclusion Mage. I've seen that in lists before. Exclusion Mage is pretty legit. Okay. So if they have a bounce spell, we die. Or, I guess they could also have Trickster, huh? The list of things we die to is pretty long. Merfolk Trickster, yep, brave guy, I got there. It's, that's also a scary one. Please let me block, thank God. Please don't have it dive down, I guess. If they have a dive down, they get to keep this in play, which is problematic. Wow. Somehow not dead yet. Kind of frustrating. If I'd convoked this out just for 2 tokens earlier, we might actually be in an okay spot. As it is, we are dead to a lot of magic cards. Including that one. Interesting. Well, attack with all my 2/2s, play Emmara, convoke like a few tokens. Could get less tokens on the convoke this way, but I think if this resolves, we win anyway. I just want to be like presenting some pressure here. It's nice that we get a token uncounterably because of the convoke. Yeah, for sure, Crovo. Unfortunately, it means they can't run this into lifelink tokens by mistake. They have 3, 4, 5 unblockable. Is this getting countered? Nice. I'm just going to fire off this migration too. Cool. So we could die here if they have 2 more obsessions. But otherwise we should have a decent shot at killing them. Obviously this march is getting countered, but we're still going to get a token out of it because of Emmara. Because Emmara is great. Yeah, they're having to hold back blockers now. Cool. I just want to cast this now, in case they somehow don't actually have a counter. We're pretty sure they have a counter, but realistically when we cast this probably isn't actually going to make much of a difference. The only world in which it does make a difference is like specifically if they don't have a counter at this point. Oh wow. That resolved? Jeez. Maybe we win this. That'd be kind of ridiculous. Like, they don't need much here, but they don't seem to have much either. Incoming River's Rebuke, that would be amazing. Oh my god, Crovo. Alright, let's just trust this Trostani. If they have to counter this, then they have less mana to spend on Tricksters. Cool. That is fine. We're just gonna attack all. So they have a Trickster, they can tap down this. You can block here, 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 and they go to 1 and live. That's pretty bad for me. If we had 1 more life, we'd get there. Problem is that all of these are like unblockable. So if they block correctly here, they win. I played that pretty decently. If we just convoked out the March earlier in the game, I think we'd have had like a decent chance. Alright, mono blue tempo. So I want cheap removal. So I can bring these Baffling Ends in. They seem amazing. Knight blows up Curious Obsession. Yeah, I think it's just the order it's written. It is very strange though, for sure. I'm not actually going to bring in the Settles, because they get ruined by Storm Tamer. Sea Orway might be better. Unsure. Thing is, I like all these 5-drops so much, except that, they play so badly into counter magic, and like make our curve so high. I feel like we just want to be efficient, you know? Vivien's pretty good. Yeah. Hey, Kaylee. Good to see you. Hope your day is going well. What are we voting out? I kind of just don't want to make my curve too high is the problem. I feel like making my curve really high is how I lose this. Okay, I almost just want to board out the Tristanis rather than bring in 5-drops. Just like be really low to the ground. I guess I could trim a mana source if I'm doing this. Or like the second Shalai maybe. Yeah, but they're 5 mana spells. I feel like 5 mana spells against our opponent's deck are just really bad. Is the problem. I think I like this plan. Just like lower our curve a bit. Take out the 5-drops. Currently we're down a game in this match, and this is our first match. This hand does not seem keepable. This is worse. Alright, green source please. We draw a green source. This hand's actually pretty good. Because then we get to like convoke out the Tribunal to get our 5th mana for the Loxodon. Oh. If they block, it's really bad for us, but I don't think they're going to block. Cool. Okay. The draws where they have Curious Obsession, their deck is like, just looks so much more functional. It's kind of terrifying when they have Curious Obsession early. I am willing to believe I cannot actually win this game. Let's move on with our lives. They're drawing 2 cards a turn, so we're not actually going to catch up here. No matter how badly they draw. Alright, on to the next one. Onwards and upwards. I don't know, I've been really impressed with History. I felt like History is one of the better cards in the format. I've just seen people, like, die to turn 3 History so many times. It's really good in the creature mirrors too. Like, in the Boros mirrors, it's absurd. Has been my experience. Wow, people are ready for, this time I can't afford to take the attack. Because if they block, it's actually horrendous for me. I know I made the attack last time, when the block would have been bad for me, but I kind of needed to because I was so far behind. This time it's like actively horrendous for me though, so I'm not going to take that risk. Alright, I respect it. I love how we can technically activate our bounty agent at the moment. They'd never block. I think they, with a Legion's landing in play, they could reasonably block. And, like, losing the token is actively horrendous for us, and our hand is really strong. So I don't want to just, like, throw away the token. Shalai first? I think I care about the Loxodon more than the Shalai, weirdly. I could also just passive march up. Play around their mana nicely. I actually like that more. Yeah, I'm just going to attack for 2 and passive march up. Just like plays around their mana nicely. And we don't need to like have big plays against them, we just need to have some stuff on board. Like, doing this on end step is going to pressure their mana. Oh my god. Stop drawing this card. Jeez. So rude. Okay. I think we're going to be fine. We get to March, untap Loxodon. So they need, like, Spell Pierce plus, Spell Pierce plus Essence Scatter. Right. Yeah, now we get to Loxodon. That should just, like, be absurd. This is so much power and toughness. Buffs our lifelinker too. Attack first. Oh, you're correct. I forgot the Vigilance. I forgot the Vigilance was half the reason the card was in this deck. Yeah. I should attack for 2. I know. I'm stupid. Oh my god, that was really bad as well. It actually really matters. I think we'll survive. Because apparently we're just going to draw amazingly. Apparently we're just going to draw absurdly. If they block the lifelinker, they take 9. I'm kind of in for that. Yeah, if we'd gotten the extra 2, they'd be on 4 right now. We'd have them, like, super dead. Instead of mostly super dead. I have to be a bit worried about Trickster on the Tristani. The world's most aggro Turbo Fog player and least aggro tokens player. Indeed. I cast Shalai pre-combat, right? Because then they can't Trickster Tristani, or they show me the Trickster. Cool. So, if I attack with both of these, one trades with a Djinn. The other either trades with a Djinn or gets chumped. If I attack all, it's really bad. They eat the Tristani. Maybe it's fine. Maybe attack all's good. They eat the Tristani. Trade with the elephant, chump the bounty agent. Yeah, eat Tristani, trade with elephant, chump bounty agent. We also force one of the Tempest Djinns to trade off. I would attack all if the opponent miraculously was somehow on 2 less life. I don't know how that would happen though, Stephen. Sounds really improbable. Sounds distinctly improbable. Has Bounty Agent been good so far? It's felt decent. Still not 100% sure. Too early to know. Like, this isn't the matchup we have it for, right? In this matchup, it's like basically as good as any other 2-drop. That's a lovely Tempest Djinn you have there. Guess we're just passing the turn, making a token. I feel like they probably had to attack last turn and just hope to draw something. This is like such an awkward position for them, with us activating a Danto every turn. Like, the Adanto is just going to kill them. Hey, Amy. Good evening. I guess that's going to kill us if we don't draw something. How's the games gone today? We did pretty well with Turbo Fog in the leagues we played. We're now trying out some green-white. Struggling against this deck, though. That was a very, very good draw. Loxodon costs 0 mana sometimes, which is really nice. Like, the games where you... Like, a big part of why you're playing the Loxodon is, like, you get these games where it just costs you 0 mana. I guess they get to choose whether to sack this. I don't know. This is like strictly incorrect because it gives them the choice, I guess, but whatever. They're either dead or they aren't. What legends do we want to hunt? Lyra and Shalai and Aurelia. I think that's basically the list, and a Scanter. Is mono blue a real thing? No. But people play it anyway. It's very obnoxious. God, we only gain 4 life here. You know, actually losing the game because I missed the attack earlier. That sucks. It happens. I'm not used to playing with Vigilant Screechers in the Convoke deck. Yeah, we're exactly dead on board. You are correct, Stephen. going to run back the same plan as last time. I know the Trostani looked really impressive that game, but I think generally we don't want them. We wanted the Baffling Ends, didn't we? We cut a flower, and what else did we cut for the second Baffling End? I can't actually remember what we cut last time. Maybe we didn't have the second Shalai. No, I think we did. I think we did. Oh, we cut a Bounty Agent last time, yeah. Because we're bringing in 2 mana plays anyway. Just like lowering our curve against the tempo deck. Yeah, Ajani's very strong. I could see playing Ajani. Like, I do think Ajani is legitimate. I just really like how the elephant costs so little mana. Alright, this hand is amazing. This hand is very capable of winning. I already have 3 lands, kind of 4 lands. I'm actually going to bottom this. Do you have a deck list? Yes. Here you go, Tourmaline. You got sniped, Steven. I guess them blocking here would be kind of annoying. Awesome. It's almost like they made the Autumn Night for me. I know, right? It's amazing. It makes me so happy. The existence of that card makes me exceedingly happy. All our opponents keep drawing Curious Obsession. It's quite upsetting. But now I do get to Tribunal this, apparently. Which is, like, absurd. How are we actually getting to Tribunal this? Alright, I'm not gonna miss my 2 damage this time. That's fair, Krovo. I just feel like the games where we actually played to the board were generally advantaged. As long as we, like, don't run into their counter spells awkwardly. And, like, drawing lots of 5-drops is a way to easily lose against the tempo deck. But maybe I'm wrong. I'm not, like, convinced this is correct. I agree that, like, Lyra is a really hard card for them to beat when it resolves. Same with Vivien. That's true, they did stall us out. You're correct, Krovo. You're correct. That's actually a reasonable point. Like, we flooded pretty badly, but that is a very reasonable point. Get our token here. I'd kind of like to be able to keep making tokens, but History of Benalia seems messed up. Tempest Djinn. Alright, well. How does Tempest Djinn feel about double History of Benalia? I assume it does not feel very good about it. tackle. I don't really want to throw away Knight when the history is about to go nuclear, so definitely wasn't attacking with that. I feel like attacking with the soldiers and flipping the landing, like we're not using the landing that turn, so it doesn't actually achieve anything for us. Because we're always able to flip it on future turns. I didn't attack with the 1/1s because they just get to eat a 1/1 with the Djinn. It's not like we're using the landing that turn. So we didn't get any benefit out of flipping it, and we just get to flip it this turn instead. Which is like the same for all intents and purposes. This turn I will attack with the 1/1s though, to make their blocks trickier. And then we get to feel very awkward about our mana base post-combat. Right, you're taking 9. Seems like a winning battle. Wanted to get another knight in play because of the history next turn. Was my thinking on casting Knight of Autumn there? Not that it really mattered, they were like super dead regardless. Multiple histories is like so unrealistic, Kaylee. It's so absurd. I'm really iffy on these, I don't know. I do not know. So like, one possibility is that the Lyras are better than Marches. If we want to lower our curve whilst still, like have our curve be lower whilst still bringing in Lyras. Probably never, Steven. Unless someone donates for it. That sounds like a thing that does not sound very good. I think I'm interested in these Lyras enough to cut Marches if we're looking to lower our curve. Whilst still having access to like these high impact cards against them. What's our record? We currently own 1. We lost to the mono blue tempo deck round 1. Is Legion's landing good? Maybe we could cut a copy. It's good with our Convokes stuff, like the Loxodon. The lifelink's pretty nice, but it's not amazing against them. They do have like 1/2s that block it. 2/2s. I can see this being fine. They have 1/2s, they have Surveilling Sprite. Steven. The 1/2 fairy. We saw one earlier, I think. One of the earlier games. Oh, this hand is just excellent. Oh, that's the wrong name. What's the name of the sprite that surveils when it attacks? That card. That card that I'm talking about is what they have. Night Veil sprite, we got that. Opponent on the classic mulligan to 5 strategy. I am terrified of Merfolk Trickster. Also terrified of Spell Pierce. Oh my god. I'm gonna be scared of Merfolk Trickster here and just pass the turn. Because I feel like we can't possibly lose against the Multi 5 if we like play a bit conservatively in those sorts of spots. with a hand this strong. Ooh. Oh my god. Tatiova. Oh my gosh. Dokamoy. Dokamoy with the Donation League deck list. For us, donated $15, so that we'll play a deck list with 4 Guild Summit, 4 Scape Shift, 4 Tatiova, and 48 other cards. Alright, I'm in. I guess I've got to build that over the next few days. I'll probably do that early next week, because that's going to take some building. But we will definitely be doing that next week. Dokamoy also says, loving the stream, and it's awesome to have someone to watch early in the workday. Appreciate you, Dokamoy. I am hyped for the Guild Summits now. This might be an aggressive flower. This might be incorrect. Maybe I meant to save it for Flourish. I love all the oh my gods in chat about the Guild Summit deck. So we can either make a big Loxodon or we can exile this nonsense. Kinda in on the big Loxodon plan. How's this for a turn 4? Is this a good turn 4? We made a 0 mana 4/4. We made a 0 mana 9/9. Kinda. Guild Summit is hype, jeez. Also we won. Alright. Deal. I should actually start making notes of these donation decks here. So we have a Gore Claw deck for Phil, and then 4x Summit, 4x Shift, 4x Tatiova, 48x question mark for Dokamoy. Sure thing, Amy. Message me whenever. Either on Twitter or like, if you're in the Discord channel, then like messaging me in the Discord channel works really well too. Also, mention to all our subs here. I keep mentioning this like every now and then just because it's not a known thing yet. We now have a Discord channel. If you link up your Twitch account and your Discord account, you should be able to find it. So sub-only Discord channel. It's really exciting. Ooh, this hand is nice. Invoke out the Oblivion Ring with the Emmara. March is very strong. March of the Multitudes is excellent. I've been very impressed with the card. People are ready to beat Fog. I'll say that much. 3 times in a row. Oh, what's happening? Could I explain the bounty agent? Yeah, there's a Discord timeline. It is pretty quiet at the moment, obviously, because it's very fledgling, but it is growing. It is exciting. Could I explain the bounty agents? So the bounty agents, I've been really impressed when I've seen other decks playing this card. It's a lot of the white mirrors come down to who can cast the most Shalais and Lyras, and like if you're playing red-white, then Aurelias. Just the mythic angels are so strong. Well, this is a great trade for us. Jeez. And bounty agent is a way to have like an early play that still means you're playing to the board, but then in the late game, you're battling with the angels, which is like what you really need to do in those white mirrors. So I think it seems decent. Also blows up his counter against control, which is nice. No, my token. That's rude. There has been a lot of mono blue tempo, there really has. I'm just going to fire this off, because then I can potentially cast Trostani next turn. Am I attacking for 2? I really want to flip landing next turn, so I think I'm not attacking for 2. So I'm fairly convinced they block. And flipping landing means we can cast Trostani, which is kind of great. I guess we can cast Trostani anyway, and now we don't have to throw away most of our board to do it. This is a Dece plus turn. Oh, we could have just killed the Djinn around Pierce if we did that first. That's true. I was thinking of convoking it, but I think I'm still just going to go ahead and do this now that we're down this road. I can use my mana next turn to like activate landing. Obviously this is embarrassing against Pierce, but if they don't have Pierce we probably win the game. We cannot convoke to pay for a spell Pierce, alas. That would be so busted. Alright. Up a game. Let's do the same sideboard plan as last time. I was pretty happy with it. So we take out the Trostanis, 1 March, Bounty Agent, a landing, bring in the cheap removal, a way to kill Curious Obsession, and the Lyras. Oh, we also took out a flower, didn't we? For the Shalai. Especially on the draw, that seems reasonable. Alright. Plowing our way through these mono blue players. We did have to pay white, but we paid it with a creature. The creatures make a color of mana, which is like equal to their color identity. So we tapped a white creature, which makes a white mana. Yeah, it's different from what was it called? There was the artifact one. Is it Conspire or something? It's which is different from. I can't remember what the artifact one's called. It's on like Whir of Invention. Improvise is it? Do I care about this? The scrying's actually really good in their deck, but I guess I just let it go because I want to kill Djinns. If I can. Yeah, it makes it much better, Archival. It's much better than Improvise was. Conspire is from Lorwyn, you're correct. Conspire is like having to tap a certain number of creatures or something. I can't remember exactly. That's a good draw. Kind of scared about this getting countered, but I mean, we have to cast our spells at some point, right? Okay. Baffling End's gonna be great. need like double dive down or dive down spell pierce. We even get to play around the first spell pierce. Oh my god. I guess single dive down does it actually, doesn't it? I'm being silly. Because these are sorcery speed, but... Oh yeah, that's Conspire. That's Conspire, brave guy. You're right. I wasn't around for that one. We get to exile the Djinn. That's heckin' nice. I think I just want to exile the Djinn, and then I like get my Emmara attack to make a token. And gain some life whilst I'm at it. I think this game is going to be pretty tricky to lose from this position. We're like guaranteed the 5th mana next turn if we want it to for the Lyra. If they tap low for like another Djinn. Am I planning to play? I actually play Arena in the evenings. Nikki. I've been doing my dailies in the evenings. I really enjoy it. It's quite good fun. I could see playing some Arena on stream. I'm aware that like playing Modo works a bit better for like tuning decks and like figuring out what decks to play in tournaments and stuff, and like I have a collection on Modo too, and can borrow and can rent cards on Modo, which like gives me a lot more possibilities in terms of what I play on stream, which is really valuable. But I do enjoy Arena. I have enjoyed my experiences with Arena so far, so I could see playing it on stream at some point in the future. Are we just resolving Lyra, or are we making like our tokens huge? This forces them to have another exclusion mage, right? I feel like Loxodon almost does that. Whatever. This is probably fine. Yeah, if they get an Obsession down in the Fog matchup, if the mono blue deck gets an Obsession down, it gets really problematic for you, for the Fog player, because like you can't just like, they don't have to deal damage to you to kill you. They can just draw enough counter spells that you'll die eventually, right? With the Obsession, so that gets really awkward. It gives them like, once they've got an Obsession going, they just have so much time to develop their clock, because they can just like sit behind counter spells. This needs another land, but I think this hand's pretty reasonable. If we draw lands, it's going to pan out really nicely. Pedro with that Prime subscription. Thank you for becoming a Knight of Autumn. I appreciate you. Everyone, put some hearts in chat for our new knight. Celebrate their knighthood. Thank you so much for the support, Pedro. It means a lot to me. I am trying to do magic stuff as my full-time thing, including lots and lots of streaming, so it really means a lot. You're pretty sure? I'm pretty sure that makes it official, yeah. That sounds about right. I kind of want to agent. I guess agents kill the search for a Scanter anyway, right? So we can just make a 4/3 and get a better clock going. That makes sense. This matchup is going to be very tough. This is probably our worst matchup, the Fog deck. Can Selesnya beat Turbo Fog? I'm going to go with no, but we'll see, we'll see. We have the bounty agents for a Scanter, which is like definitely very relevant, right? It's definitely a nice card to have there. So I'm just going to get in my early damage. Means I don't get to convoke the knight, but I don't think that's too relevant. So 6, 10, 11. So this would leave us... Oh, I guess I could have gone Bounty Agent into Loxodon. Right, what am I doing here? I just want to get like as much power and toughness in play as possible, right? Makes sense. Yeah, we have answers to Ascanter and Teferi, so we have like basically the dream draw for us against that deck. So what am I attacking with? I have to be aware of Settle. So I think I'm just attacking with like the Vigilance creature and a 4/4. Because then if they go for a Settle, I can convoke a big March of the Multitudes. May as well go for 12 hours now. No, I need to go food shopping after this league, Phil. I don't actually have any food in the house at the moment. So, I have to be off before too long. I'm definitely gonna get this league finished. I'm enjoying jamming some tokens. This deck is like, I really love this deck. It just feels so smooth. Oh my god. Post food shopping Hollow Knight stream. I do need to do some more Hollow Knight at some point. I might do some Hollow Knight on the weekend. Because I'm going to be doing the PTQ at the weekend. I might do some Hollow Knight beforehand. Maybe. Little taste of our own medicine. Yeah, kinda. Alright, so they can't have Settle up, so I might as well swing with everything, I guess. Oh, I guess I could O-ring the gift. That seems incorrect, though. I think I just don't want to O-ring a Teferi. I think that's going to cause them a lot more issue. I'm not going to play the Bounty Agent out because of Cleansing Nova. Yeah, I'm PTQing too, Jarvis. I'm qualified for Atlanta, but my qualification for Cleveland is, oh my god, this is so good for them. Jeez. Alright, that slows us down a lot. My qualification for Cleveland is off of silver, so getting a PTQ qualification is actually like worth a lot to me. I want to save the Bounty Agent for the search, I guess. It gets really awkward if they upkeep a spell to flip search. Third Gatekeeper, second month in a row of that Twitch sub. Thank you for being a Knight of Autumn. Continuing the pledge of knighthood. I appreciate you. I appreciate the support. It means a lot to me. Alright, I am going to let them untap. Because I think I need to save this Tribunal for a Teferi. If they don't upkeep a spell, I get to Bounty Agent the search, which is really good. Glad to have you here, Gatekeeper. Yeah, I get RPTQ invites, so I'm at all the RPTQs for like PTQs that I'm not already, PTs that I'm not already queued for, which is nice. I don't know if I was meant to flower or not. Like a bit iffy on that one. Like gives me an extra mana for O-ring plus activating a Danto in the same turn, I guess. Peasants of Autumn. Oh my god. Alright, well, I'm gonna O-ring the Teferi since we can't kill Teferi anyway. So, attack them with the Bounty Agent. How much do we need to convoke for? So we can make a token, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we get to swing with a vampire here. I think that's correct. Oh no, we can convoke with the Bounty Agent too. But I want to kill the Azcanta, so I can't actually do that. Is Might of the Masses playable? It's probably not terrible, but I'm not in love with the idea. I guess we're just never casting Flourish, right? What am I doing with my life? I should just go get a basic here. Right. Take your Teferi. Kill your Azcanta. Hope you can't rebuild fast enough. Yeah, we might have actually cost the game by not just getting a land last turn. March into Flourish is a good follow-up to another sweeper. That is very true. But, I don't know. I think we're going to be fine. They don't typically have that many sweepers in their deck. They're often very based on fogs and chills. And they like have like 2 to 3 sweepers, but most of them are settles. Alright, we didn't actually cost ourselves the game because they had a Time Walk here in the form of Gift of Paradise. So let's just attack with all. Yeah, we played 2 sweepers, Pedro. We had 1 Nova, 1 Settle. But I've seen lists with like 2 Settles, 1 Nova, which is what we started with. Before I decided that I just like didn't like Settle very much. Alright, I'm gonna F6 this turn. They're gonna have a Teferi next turn, which is not great for us. They didn't cast a Time Walk though, which means they don't have one in their hand. So you might actually have a shot here. It's very slim. We're probably about 5% at the moment. Based on like my experiences playing from the other side. Oh my god, brave guy. That's amazing. Whatever, I'm just gonna fire this off. Six mana Selesnya's Revelation. We understand the world so much more now. It's been revealed to us. Right, play around Settle. Boop. Uh-huh. Is this what it feels like, chat? Is this what I was doing to people all that time? I feel a small amount of guilt right now. The tiniest amount of guilt. Oh, that's the Selesny's Revelation. That card is sweet, P-Draw. We could try it out. It's like a way to win mirrors, I guess. Like mirror match style stuff. Yeah, Camaraderie, that's the card. I'm not gonna say this is like the worst possible matchup, but this feels kind of grim. Sure. Yes, I just cast my Heffalump. It is a large number of cards dock away. Oh my god, Phil. You know what, I just want to F6. If they have a Cleansing Nova, they can go ahead. I guess there's actually the yield until end step command now, huh? Kinda loose. If they cast a Time Walk here, I'm conceding. Alright. I'm just going to attack all because we're dead next turn because they're going to have a Scanter online. If they have any fog effect, I'm scooping. I'm not going to force them to actually kill me. That sounds like awful content, if nothing else. Cool. Now we can move on with our lives. Alright. Well... don't really have many sideboard cards. This honestly looks kind of not great. I guess we have the Shalais against the Settles. Dawn of Hope. I guess. Doesn't really do anything, but I guess we bring it in. Does draw cards for our, like, 2 pieces of interaction in our deck. I guess Loxodon gives really fast starts, right? Probably shouldn't cut those. Maybe this is the matchup where we trim on Archers, actually. Because going that wide just doesn't matter against them, we just want to have, like, early plays. Against what is Dawn of Hope good? So the list I copied has had Dawn of Hope in. I haven't actually had a chance to try it out. I feel like it should be good against Control. But maybe it's too slow even against Control. I could like see that being the case. I mean, we could just play the 4th agent in the main if we wanted to play a 4th one. I agree the agents have seemed like pretty good so far. I've been pretty happy with them. Maybe this deck should be splashing for Assassin's Trophy. Maybe. Splashing's kind of painful. Like, having tap lands in our deck would make me a bit sad. I could, like, if we wanted to beat this deck, we'd probably play Sorcerer Spyglass and Ixalan's Binding, right? Those would both be very good cards against Turbo Fog. This is going to flip really fast, I guess. Turn 2 Emmara, turn 3 Bounty Agents. Turn 4 we flip the landing. Spyglass seems like a strong option. Yeah, if Turbo Fog was to become a like tier 1 deck, and we really cared about beating it, I think I would have Spyglasses and Bindings in the 75, because both of those are just very strong against them. Got the Bounty Agent. There's a bounty out on that search. Time to just like kill the search straight away, make sure they don't get any scries out of it. But having the extra body is nice. Are they making it 4-free? That's you know what? I feel betrayed. I feel betrayed that one of my knights would turn against me like this. Such betrayal. Yeah, that's my concern about Immortal Sun. It seems really slow. How many other decks are Spyglass and Binding good against? I think Binding is like pretty good in mirrors, pseudo-mirror situations. So I think I like the Bindings. I'm not sure about Spyglass. I can't think of many decks Spyglass is good against at the moment though. Because there aren't that many control decks running around at all. Spyglass isn't good against red. It doesn't do anything, sadly. I can't even think of any cards it hits that we care about. Archer Razgar is a one of. I'm pretty off that idea. We've kept like 1 landers with 2 copies of Flower. We really want to like ensure we can always cast our History of Benalia on turn 3. Also, like, in the late game you have Shalai that you can pump mana into in a lot of matchups. The number of matchups where you just want to like sit there and tap 6 mana to draw a card is pretty low, I think. This is kind of a beating. I might concede in a moment. Turns off Frenzy and Steamkin. Steamkin's still a 4/4 is the problem. It's still good, even just as like a 2 mana 4/4. So I think it probably doesn't do enough, sadly. Not entirely sure why I'm still playing this game. I guess I've lost these sorts of games from the other side before, just by flooding out. Oh my god, P-Draw. Isn't Knighthood wild? I would like to attack your Teferi. Oh, it doesn't even stop Steamkin. That's heartbreaking. Also, hey Charlie. Good to see you. Alright. We're get a fog out of their hand finally. I'm gonna kill this as Scanter. Seems problematic for us. Multi-magic drifting. Oh my god. Such magics. I guess we're gonna lose to this. I guess Teferi Ultimate doesn't actually do much against tokens. Alright. I feel so guilty. This is what it feels like. I guess Teferi Ultimate does get rid of Shalai, at which point they can settle us. You know what? I value life EV. We're moving on. We're moving on with our lives. This is not an experience I want to continue anymore. Oh. Okay. Autumn gets a taste of their own medicine and does not like it, indeed. Indeed. Oh. In story time in a sec, but so in the top 8 of Nationals, my quarterfinals was against Turbo Fog. And game 1 he starts comboing off and has to kill me like the hard way. So but I figure it's been a really long weekend. We're in top 8. This is going to be way more mentally exhausting for you to do than for me. So I like force him to play out every single turn. So like by the end of it, it's just like I've been sitting there for 20 minutes watching him combo off in misery. But it's like technically correct. Technically correct misery. Hey, Overkill is life EV. Are you claiming it isn't? Overkill is great life EV. Winning is great life EV. Alright. Fun game. Is this our 4th mono blue deck this league? This might be our 4th mono blue deck this league. I guess I'm gonna board as if they are mono blue. Because the mono blue is more likely to keep a one-lander. That was entertaining content, Gatekeeper. Entertaining content for all involved. Right, so I was doing this against mono blue earlier, so I guess we just do this again. Yes. Twitch Prime's very strange because you have to manually redo it every month. This deck is lots of fun, Lily-chan. I really like it. I think it's also very good, too. I think it's a very good deck. Depending on how, like, the metagame pans out. I'm not even convinced we want a second green source over just, like, another Plains. Yeah, that would be amazing, Kaylee. It would be a really good feature to have. Okay, we might die this game. They have the turn 2 Obsession, which is exactly what they need to beat us. Next time we get to try and Rex Sage it with our Knight. Tap out for a Djinn. I guess a Djinn wouldn't be very beatable either, but you know, still. We just need to get this Obsession off the table. Yep. It always feels so terrible, because once they have an Obsession going, every single turn that they counter their spell, it's like they've like drawn a card off their counter spell. Yep. Ugh. This mono blue deck creates some very bad games. Baffling End. Am I meant to go for Lyra or Baffling End? They've shown me an Essence Scatter already. I guess I'm just gonna go for this. I can even go for like the history first. I run into Spell Pierce pretty badly then, but there's like a possibility they counter this. Oh, they even have the Storm Tamer in play. What am I doing? I'm just like dead regardless. So they have the Storm Tamer for the Baffling End. So we need them to like mess up somehow. Alright. So go to 5. We go to 4, so we're not actually dead on board next turn. Yeah. We're dead to like a million different things, but they only have 3 power unblockable because they put the second obsession not on the Herald. Tiny blue creatures did nothing wrong. Disagree. Firm disagree. Alright. Pass the turn. Don't kill me. Alright, sleep. We have gone to sleep. Alright, game 3. This is for the 3-2. Come on, we can do this. That concede hover. Concede APM is high. I think I like how we have this set up. We're just gonna run it back. I think this boarding plan has felt really good so far. Makes like a lot of sense to us. No, we're against mono blue, Phil. Alright, this hand is nice. We draw a third land and it's perfect. Even if we don't, we have an answer to Obsession. And a 2-drop to cast on curve. If we do draw a third land, this hand's amazing though. Bounty Agent into History, into like Elephant to make all our creatures huge. With removal to back that all up. You just heard something about... oh my god. Nicely done, Phil. Nicely done. So they might have a Trickster. Yes, if they Trickster this, we guaranteed resolve our history. So that's probably fine. The Bounty Agents, to be fair, we've owned 4 of our 5 leagues today have been against a deck that Bounty Agent is not very good against. But, I like the Bounty Agents in theory. They look pretty nice against Turbo Fog, we just didn't have, like, the additional tools to back them up with. But I think the Bounty Agents are decent. I think they're probably decent. They have a Wizard's Retort up now to protect their Storm Tamer. It doesn't kill Teferi, but it kills Search for a Scanter, which is really nice. Oh, this deck. Okay. Yes, I'm casting my Elephant to get a clock going. I can attack for 2, cast the Elephant. Yep. And then we have like a decent amount of power in play to try and race them. No, it's like enchantment, creature, or artifact. It's still pretty good though. It hits a Scanter, it hits Lyra, it hits Shalai, it hits Aurelia. There are loads of like really nice targets for it at the moment. So I've been pretty happy with the card. Alright. Oh. So they have Obsession going, but we have a very developed board here. We're going to take down at least one of those creatures next turn. 2. Yeah, Vigilance of Convoke is really nice when you actually remember to attack before convoking. Self-shade. We get rid of both the obsessed creatures. That's decent for us. Sick. This is amazing for us, right? Getting both of these off the board. So we attack before tribunaling. We did resolve something. We resolved a number of things. If by a number you mean 2 things. Remembering to attack. It upsets me too. Tempest Gen. What am I doing with my knight? I have a few different options, right? I can gain life to try and win the race. Or I can blow up the Metamorphic so that I can attack them for 4. It's not easy. If I just gain life, I get to then make 2 1/1s, which is not great, I guess. The elephant can trade with the Djinn, but they're also just winning the race at the moment. They don't have to block. Like, they are under no obligation to block. They are just taking 4 and going to 8. And then they attack us back for like 1, 2, 8. They put us to 2. I guess gaining 4 life doesn't really win us the race though either. Which is the rough thing. I could march this turn and make 4 tokens. The next turn I gain 8 life, I go up to 18. So I take 8 and then 9. Yeah, it might be a march turn. I think it's a march turn. March and just like hope they don't have much. Because March buys us an extra turn off their clock. And the moment they start attacking with the Djinn, we get to start attacking with our lifelinkers really safely. Yeah, I'm going to main phase it. I agree. I agree with main phasing it. I was going to. I think this makes the most sense. This buys us an extra turn on board. With the Knight of Autumn life gain as well, on top, of course. Oh my god. They just kill us. Gross. Disgusting. Also, thanks for the resub, Charlie. It didn't show up for some reason. The notification for the resub didn't show up. But I appreciate you continuing your knighthood. It was very much appreciated, friend. That was heartbreaking. Mainly it's heartbreaking that we faced mono blue 4 times in the league. They are playing Metamorphic Alteration, indeed. They are playing a lot of questionable Magic cards. Alright, I am gonna head off for the evening now.